Demon Souls guide for ArmageddonGaming.com. You probably didn't start it, did you?
I did. Let's
You
go.
did?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm hitting OK now. Okay. Alright. So here we are. This is going to be the, this is 1-1, which is going to be the first Archstone that you're going to be forced to go through once you start this game, after you've been through the tutorial, basically. So here we are. Brian, I hear this is the one level that you did.
Yes. Successfully completed this. Hit the flag with the time remaining and got the fireworks and everything.
That's great. And
See? I made the Mario joke you weren't expecting.
yeah, you did. I knew you were gonna do that. But so here we're playing as our knight, who's the class I've chosen. It's a pretty good class to start with, I'd say. Probably not the best. Did you start as a royal?
I honestly don't remember. I couldn't tell you. It's been so long.
Okay. Well, royals are regarded as probably the best class to start with, because they have a really overpowered spell, which you get pretty much right at the beginning of the game.
Do they start with a really tiny shield like these guys have?
I think they start like a buckler shield, maybe.
I'll shut up. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, the advantage of shield as well as the sword they have is that they have a rapier, whatever they're called. I don't remember.
A rapier. That was a good year.
Yeah, it was. But the sword can be you can hold your shield up and use the sword at the same time.
Oh, look at that.
So, in fact, I can actually do it with this dude as well because of with the knight class, because the second weapon I have is the mail breaker, which I can use at close range and sort of spam people. So if any of these guys want to turtle and just camp out and hold their shield up for hours, then I can actually break through that pretty easily for the most part.
And they do.
Yeah, some guys really turtle, which you probably noticed in the tutorial when you fought the two blue-eyed knights, because when you fight a knight in this game, there are two different types of knights essentially, and they're very simply, there's an aggressive one and there's a defensive one. And the aggressive ones are very easy to kill because they leave themselves open for attack a lot. But the defensive ones can really be a bitch, which is why it's good to have that weapon.
Well, they're so good at turtling because they're Terrans, and they're the best race for that.
Yeah, definitely. But for the most part, this level is going to be pretty easy. Right here is Brian probably got stabbed right here first
Yes,
time.
definitely.
Because wham, look at that. So there's a few guys in here that'll jump out, and I've noticed I've played this game both on a standard definition TV as well as a high definition TV. And on standard definition TVs, it's very difficult to see things in the dark because they're so bad. And the darkness effects are much better on a high def TV, as you may expect. So think about that before you buy this game.
How often do you use the bloodstains?
When I first played this game, quite a bit, and since this is a first-time playthrough guide, you're probably going to want to see it as much as you can, because it's a good way of just basically figuring out what other people did wrong that may kill you.
Alright, so how's that... Like, this is going to be rough once they shut those servers down.
Yes, when they shut those servers down in October, I believe.
Right, they keep pushing it back, because this game has apparently quite a cult following.
Yeah, and a lot of people, one of the main reasons I'm making this guide is because a lot of people I've noticed have started playing this game again and buying this game again, because Dark Souls was announced, which is a game that is going to seemingly follow up this game in a non-sequel fashion.
Also, it's supposed to be more difficult.
Yes, apparently. This game is very easy if you know what you're doing, which I don't. Sort of.
You know, I'm glad you said it that way, because I really hate those people who are like, oh, Demon Souls? That game's easy. But they've probably spent like 200 hours on this and can perfect it, and they're like that dude from Japan who could speedrun it in like 25 minutes. It's like, dude, it's not easy. You're just very good at it.
I think that's a good way to put it, and the reason why it's sort of easy is because the game has rules, and it's not likely that you're gonna look at this and be like, oh, that's bullshit. you're gonna look at it and be like, what did I do wrong? And that's gonna be the best way to.
Well, there is
that.
kind of bullshit because you're gonna be running up steps in a little bit, and they're gonna roll a rock down at you.
Yes, but
And that's
it
kind of
happens
bullshit.
the same way every time.
Oh, that okay? Yeah, you have that. That's a good point.
And you can see it before you go up.
Yeah.
And maybe if you hit a red soldier person, find out how they died, or if you read a glyph on the ground, then you'll know how they died.
Okay. I know you've seen messages that say like, "Please recommend this message."
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
If you leave a message on the ground and somebody recommends it, you get all your health back, I think, or most of it. It's happened to me before. I did it out of kick, so people a lot of times will put that preset message, and you can see it has a lot of recommendations, and it basically means that person is out of grass, which is your healing, or they just are in a boss fight maybe, and if somebody recommends it and they're right in the middle of the boss fight, they get an amount of their health back.
Oh, that's interesting, because
So
I
that's
never
why
understood
people
what the
do
hell
that.
that meant.
Yeah, it took me a while, and then I tried it, and that's what happened. Right here I pick up a bastard sword, and it's bad, and it makes me double fat. And that's another thing I should mention, is that the knight class is what I like to call a fat class, where you start out with full armor, meaning you're a little bit slower when you try to run and try to do things, and you almost can't roll at all. And if you start as a royal, this will not be the case. Royals are what I call fast class, meaning they can roll. And the reason why I like this character, or the knight, at the beginning is because the armor they have is fairly effective at the beginning of the game, but armor in this game becomes very obsolete very quickly.
So why do you keep talking about the class and then saying at the beginning?
Yes, because classes essentially don't mean anything.
So
Because
are you
everybody-
gonna switch, or are you just making a thing for people who have never beaten this before?
This is basically just for people who have never even played the game before.
Okay, so when you say knight class, like you're gonna be doing this whole playthrough as a knight.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. And you can see I use the mail breaker right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
So the red eye knight up ahead.
The Red Eye Knight is somebody you should completely ignore for your first time through.
Okay.
You don't want to fight him.
You can kite him to die. I've done it.
you
It
can
doesn't.
kite-
It doesn't always work.
Yeah, you can see that message says 1800
Yeah.
ratings. I'd pretty much just go over here just to show him. I actually tried him a little while ago when I was farming a bit, and he killed me very quickly.
Conventional wisdom states that once you deal with this blue-eyed knight, there's those set of stairs down there. You can actually make him like fall to his death. The only problem is it's not guaranteed.
And
and
you
that-
look like a pussy.
Yeah, and he will just completely annihilate you, and you're back downstairs, and all the enemies have respawned, and you're in soul form.
Yeah, basically. So, and it's not a good strategy to try to cheese certain aspects of this game, because it's gonna help you. You're not gonna become a better player that way. Is the way I see it. There will be a few instances. I did cheese some of the bosses the first time through myself, which you can do, but it's not a good idea. Pick up that firebomb, by the way. They're gonna be very important. I'm sure Brian knows. Yeah, I actually look at this this red guy because I know exactly how he dies ahead of time.
What the heck?
Yeah, don't fall.
Oh,
in this game.
right. Yes, they blow those barrels up. Yes.
Yeah.
There's another instance of that coming very shortly when you go through that door.
Yeah, I believe I showed that to you, but the barrels you don't have to worry about yourself unless they use their fire sticks. You can actually hit them with your weapon and break them and get them out of the way. But if they hit them with the fire, that's bad. This guy falls because he sucks. But come out onto this this walkway, and you're gonna want to break both these chains. Very important. That's gonna help for us to get some interesting things that'll lead to some other interesting things.
So the soul ring, is that really as important as everyone makes it out to be?
The Cling Ring?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, Cling Ring is going to be very useful for your first playthrough because you're going to spend a lot of time in soul form. As
You mean
can see,
dead.
I'm in soul form now because I only have 50% of my health, which is the way it's going to be. And there are a lot of advantages of being in soul form. It's difficult to explain. There are a lot of aspects of this game that are in depth.
Mm-hmm.
And but for the most part, Soul Form is going to make it easier for you to complete a lot of these levels. To control your tendency, which is kind of difficult to describe. I may describe it later.
Good, because I know there's white and there's black tendency, and I have no idea what any of it means.
It has a little bit to do with your standard video game choice-making system, and how if you do seemingly good, quote-unquote, things, you'll get white tendency, and if you do bad things, you'll get black, but it's not always the case. And basically, just dying inside of a level, there's some good stuff with these guys, as well as this Jade Hair ornament. But if you die in body form, in a level, you will lose tendency for that level, and you'll start going toward black, and the game will get harder the further you go into the black tendency.
Okay, I remember that they can also change that from their master server. I want to say for Halloween weekend, like they made...
Yes, they have events.
They made black tendency like everywhere.
When I made my first character, I actually had a white world tendency, and I got kind of a lot of good items and I've just noticed while doing this that some of that stuff isn't as readily available because you have to get white world tendency. Some of the things I got, and it's sort of some work to get that, and I don't even know personally myself how to get pure white and pure black. Well, actually, pure black is pretty easy. You just have to kill yourself over and over again, but white is a little bit more challenging. But we'll focus on some short-term stuff here. This guy sucks. This guy I'm about to show you why he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks. Alright.
Jerk. Stupid firebomb. And the whole thing's gonna explode and you're gonna drop frames, because this game likes to do that. We're not gonna go this way.
Right, you gotta drop.
Here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna grab this item over here, which is the Thief's Ring, which is a great item to have on almost any build, to be honest, because it makes enemies not want to attack you until you get kind of close.
Uh-huh.
And I actually forget to put the Cling Ring on, which I did get a little while ago. Those are two very good rings to have, and you can see my health is actually higher now.
Right.
So that's a very good ring to have, and those are very good combinations of rings. Those are the two. And also importantly is this guy, which is Ostrava, who is a recurring character in this entire world, World 1. And if you continuously save him in each of the worlds, you'll actually end up dying. Spoilers. But he gives you some good stuff if you do. And he's going to want you to run down here and do all the work, so he has to do nothing. And I suggest kind of getting into this box right here, and they can only really attack you coming from the forward direction. And
you missed a bow.
I did miss a bow?
Yes. You missed a bow. Back up by the first Blue-Eye Knight, you can jump off.
Yeah, see, there is a place you can jump off. I remember that, actually.
Right, and land, and there's a bow.
Another thing I'd like to stress for this walkthrough is I've already decided I will not be doing really extensive secret hunting and glitching and item locations. Basically because there's a lot in this game. There are a lot of areas to go to. And I try to hit as much as I can. And I do remember that spot, and I probably could have shown it easily. I run out of endurance or stamina right there, which is bad. And yeah, I probably should have shown you that. I can agree, but you get another bow later on. That one, you're right, is probably better. Actually, right here is another good weapon. A lot of the good stuff will actually be pretty well in front of you. The scimitar right there is a pretty good one to get, but I do like the longsword better.
So this guy you're with,
he's gonna help you for a bit.
Yeah, if he dies now, is he dead for good?
He is dead for good, but you can still get the some of the important items off of his dead body, which is the Mausoleum Key, I believe. And this is over for now.